Hello and welcome to a special edition of Friday Night
Very
with
special.
TCF, presented by From the Sideline. We are here at my house, if you can't tell.
It's a little different looking than the cave. The wallpaper's a little different.
There's a window, a big window.
Yeah. Ways to get light in here.
Close to the area where the first podcast.
Yeah, we're like 2 feet away.
2 feet away. But yeah, we are here at the original start of the original content first story.
Yeah.
Not Content Cave. But if you want to follow me, my great tweets, my sad tweets, all my gambling losses, it's been a really rough. It's been a rough. So if you want to come on there and just give me like a, you're doing all right, buddy. You can follow me at
So
Z.
do you want people to lie to you?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
That's fine by me. Lie if you want.
I just want to make sure.
It all makes me feel better. But follow me at Z Lilia LILJATCF on Twitter. The main page is at typical_Chicago. Here we go. From the sideline. At sideline. First I in sideline is a 1. Sport. Again, that is sideline. First I in sideline is a 1. Sports. We've been looking into changing that, I think. But yeah, you are watching us here on Typical Chicago Fans Facebook. We do this show usually between Tuesdays and Thursdays, but we didn't really get to it this week. We had some stuff going on, so we said, hey, we'll do it here on a Friday night. We got some football going on. We got baseball going on.
Yeah.
Love it. It's a great time of year. Most basketball is training camp preseason. We went to the Bulls.
Yep. We're at the Bulls
Pelicans game. Got to see Zion. It was pretty cool. We got NHL. It's just a great time to be a sports fan. But then also From the Sideline on Facebook. We do our blogs go up on there. Our podcasts, our videos, everything we do goes up on there. And Instagram, we do a little ping pong, pre-ping pong thing that we do on there. We've got to do a Facebook, Instagram live at some point.
Yeah, we will at some point.
Because it gets pretty intense. If you really want to see our true,
true competitive colors.
Yeah, our competitive colors. It gets pretty bad on there. Not bad, but
some people might think it's
some people might think it's bad. But that is there, and then From the Sideline on Instagram.
Make sure you follow me. There you go. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at Boomy TCF. All of our podcasts are on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe, rate, and review there. And also they are on Spotify, so you can follow us on there and catch all of our podcasts. And we have a bunch of content on our YouTube page, so head on over to YouTube, type in Typical Chicago Fans, and hit that subscribe button. And we'll be promising more and more coming as we get into the colder months. So, but lots to talk about here. Lots to talk about this week.
Lots to talk about. We have the Cubs looking for a new manager.
Yep.
Got David Ross getting interviewed today. Girardi was yesterday or the day before.
I think, that sounds about right.
Who else has been? Is Mark? God dang it.
DeRosa?
No, that'd be something. We got 2 other candidates. I think it's going to be David Ross at this point. I think Theo's going to go with him. Like I said, it doesn't really matter who Nope, dropped it. Sorry. That was close. We're watching Miami, Virginia. I have Virginia. Boomy has
Miami first half.
So I'm going to maybe allow, I don't know, just this stuff.
I'll cheer for Virginia in the second half if it makes it Joe.
I'm thinking Joe Girardi is not what the Cubs organization is looking for right now. Oh, I see Pigoy is on here. Was that Pigoy?
Pigoy.
We had our famous little battle of the correct gate.
Yeah.
So
Pigoy, sorry, bud, you were wrong.
I overreacted in a way,
right.
But I was losing a lot of bets. So if you'd like to comment in here, maybe you were sorry, maybe.
Yeah, that sounds about accurate. I wouldn't say he's wrong, but he was half right.
You didn't do it. It was not correct. You had half correct.
Yeah, that's true.
So you lost money on juice, actually.
For sure. But let's get in.
Girardi.
I mean, there's so much. This is like the perfect time of year. We have college football. It's not the perfect time. We're close to the perfect time, right? He said correctly, Gate.
Yes, that's what it is.
We got football, we got baseball, we
NHL's back.
Blackhawks
kind of
played
last night. I think they play tomorrow night.
Yeah, lost 5-4, unfortunately, last night.
The defense a little bit iffy.
Yeah, which is it scares you. I don't know. Does it scare you as much as it scares me? Like that was the issue last year. I mean, we would have games where we would, Taser Kane would, score 5 or 6 goals and they still lose. Like that worries me a little bit if they can't get that figured out here pretty soon.
Yeah, but I think they got a good offense. I think the defense will come around.
Yeah.
But like I said, it was a problem last year. But if you're a betting person, take Blackhawks overs.
Oh, yeah.
Take them for the foreseeable
notice.
future because last year it was hitting at an unreal rate.
Yeah. Didn't it hit like 20 in a row or something at one point?
But let's get into it. NFL Week 6.
Yeah.
Week 6 coming up here.
Week.
We had the
no
Patriots
Bears this
Giants.
week, so we don't have a lot to talk about there. But
Bears lose
I did
in
have
London.
something I wanted to bring
Bears
up to
you.
I wrote this in my notes. Obviously you don't have Mitch right now, and no one. They're keeping it very hush hush on what his availability is going forward. There are rumors going out that the Bears have reached out. One of the teams that reached out to talk about Eli Manning. How do you feel in a situation like that? Would you be comfortable? What would you be comfortable with if the Bears were wanting to give up something from the future in order to bring in Eli Manning? If this Mitch situation, if he is not back, let's say, and available right away.
I really don't know. I can't sit here and say what I would even think the Bears. I mean, I wouldn't have to give up much because NFL trades are so lopsided and it's just weird.
I
but
think
in the situation that they would get him,
I would like a 5th round.
I would take him as a backup. I mean, I'm not saying there's nothing that he's going to do at Chase Daniel. I mean, Eli is a capable quarterback. I'm not saying he's going to be amazing. Yes, he gets hurt, but he was put in some weird situations. But I'm not going to say I want Eli Manning as my quarterback. But if you got to try something.
Yeah, I think it wouldn't be a bad move.
It doesn't matter who is behind center with this offensive line. At this point, it doesn't matter. Charles Leno, the most penalized player in football right now.
Yeah.
Kyle Long, I don't know what's going on. I'm a big fan of Kyle Long.
Yeah, I like Kyle Long.
It's just I think the injuries are maybe starting to catch up. I don't know. But hopefully over this little bye week, 14 days they have between games, which kind of sucks.
Right.
But it's good for them. Bad for the viewer because we want that quick turnaround, which that's why I think baseball is one of the best sports because it's the next day.
Yeah, you got to wipe the slate clean, man.
Unless
you got to be ready to go.
You just lose 8 in a row when you needed it the most. Not bringing up anything. Not bringing up anything.
Now, you talk about that, and I think there's something to talk about. I mean, the game in London, obviously the Bears fall. I thought that in the second half at least that the Bears played capable. Chase Daniel played capable, but when it came down to it in crunch time, I mean, he threw it to an absolute, wide open cornerback. The guy there wasn't a bear in the area. How much stock, and I know we talked about it a little bit on the podcast, but let's talk about it here. How much do you invest in that loss? How much do you chalk up to okay, maybe that moves the needle towards a little bit more of the panic side of things when you're looking at the fact that they did just lose to a below average Oakland team?
Well, like I said, I chalk up a little bit to it's a London game. It's probably a weird game, but also you got to give the quarterback time.
Yeah.
Especially a backup quarterback in Chase Daniel's position. That offensive line just wasn't there.
Right.
And you're not going to be able to do anything because you can't run the ball. Then you're pretty much just getting honed in on the passing game. So it all comes down to what can that offensive line look like coming back from the bye. I don't care if it's Mitch and I don't care if it's Chase. If they come back and that offensive line does the same thing in this next game, then it doesn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't matter who you have behind center. Well, we got some comments.
Petro's coming in talking about LSU. We'll get to that in a minute, Nick.
We'll get to we're not in the college football.
But I think
how about you listen to it and then we go. I don't know how you.
I don't know.
How the show works.
I get that it's still a weird game, but there has to be a little bit of stock taken in the fact that the defense that has been a top of the league defense all year gave up 24 to a below average Oakland offense that can't figure things out right now. I think that part's got to worry you a little bit. The fact that you lost the game on a Chase Daniel interception, that's not really concerning to me. But it's that defense being able to give up 24. I mean, what are you going to do if you run into a real good offensive team? Going forward, going down the road, and especially looking at some of the games that they have coming up. I mean, they're going to see the Rams. They're going to see the Chiefs. They're going to see some really good offenses. If you're giving up 24 to the Raiders, that's got to worry you a little bit about seeing good offenses.
if they consistently do it.
Right.
I'm not going to base a team that I understand with this. This defense has played well enough in the past that they can have one not kind of good game. So I'm not going to sit here and be worried about. The defense is the last thing on my mind right now. It's this offense and the offensive line. I trust the defense. I'm not going to really think about. And like I said, if they go out and they give up 25 or 30 the next game and then 30 the next game, then maybe I'll think about having a worry. But this defense is in a spot where I'm not going to freak out. And even 24 in London in a game like that, that's still playing good defense. That offense, just if you don't go down 17-0, then that's not a problem.
For sure.
And you put your team in a bad position and stuff like that. It's the offense has to give the defense breaks.
Yeah.
Especially in a weird situation. And the whole travel thing, I don't really chalk that. Like I said, I don't really think about that either.
And also, if you think about it, what Matt Nagy and the Bears did is nothing different than what 95% of the
Chiefs
NFL
did the exact same thing the last time they went, and they won by like 30.
Yeah.
So I don't think it was really that. I just think they played a bad game.
Yeah.
And it worries you in a way, but the bye is
that's
nice.
The thing. Unfortunately, in the NFL, there's only 16 games. You can't lay an egg in a game.
Especially a game like that, you're going to have a bye off the next game.
Exactly.
So,
you're just going to dig yourself in a
14 days.
Deeper.
They'll come back against the Saints at home. Teddy Bridgewater. I'm excited about that.
Oh, Pat, don't disrespect me like that. Nick said, who wins in a fight, Boomy or Egoy? I'd wipe the floor with Egoy. I love Egoy, but I'd take him in a heartbeat.
Rough and rowdy.
I love you. I would never fight him because he's my guy, but come on.
That's a soft response.
Come on.
Is he going on right now?
No.
Okay.
I think Petro's just trying to bait him in, but no. I'm like 12 years younger than Egoy.
Or maybe let's give you plus 40 on the next game.
Yeah, that's true, too. That's true.
Let's get into some more games that we want to go into the games this coming week. Week 6 here. I just saw Monday night, Packers-Lions, big game coming up. That's big for me. I think I would like the Packers to lose that game.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
No, I'm just saying that's in my situation. I would like.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think it's a big one. Like to me, thinking about the Packers coming off of that huge win in Dallas. I mean, I know that they let it get close, but at the end of the day, I mean, anytime you're able to go into Dallas and just dominate for 2.5 quarters and still hold on for a win, you take those good wins. I mean, Dallas is a playoff team.
I mean, they are.
They will be.
They will, but they've lost. They beat every bad team, and they've lost to every good team.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, yes, they're going to be in the playoffs, but I don't trust this team at all in the playoffs.
Even without Drew Brees, New Orleans is still a good team.
Teddy Bridgewater is undefeated.
That's what I'm saying. And so, like, the losses, I think this is – and actually, we'll talk about this in our show. We're going to record later. We'll release it tomorrow morning, our TCF picks. But, like, I think this is going to be about – like, they're going to beat the Jets by probably 150 points tomorrow.
I hope.
On Sunday. But, no, I think it's a big one to bounce back. Detroit, in my opinion, as of right now, and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way towards the Bears, but as of right now, where we sit, what the season has gone through so far, Detroit is the second best team in the division. You can even look at the standings and that's shown right there. You have to take care of this at home on Monday night. You cannot let the Detroit Lions come in. And if you come in and lay an egg defensively, then there's a good chance it's going to happen because Detroit's a good football team.
I mean,
so you got to come in prepared.
This team is in a tied.
It's the best
weird game
Detroit
in Arizona
team we've seen in our life.
Yeah, played a good game against the Chiefs. I think this division is stacked right now. Yeah. I still don't trust the Vikings offense. I don't trust the guy who throws the ball for the Vikings. So I'm not really. Oh no, jeez, Louise.
That's what I needed. I don't know about you. We have Sunday. We have our first 8:30 a.m.
I love it.
Game.
I was hoping that the Bears game would be that because I would love to get up at like 8:30, watch a little bit of the Bears game, take a little bit of nap, and a little bit of the noon game. But they played the night game in London.
Unfortunately, it's a game that I could give a rat's fart about because it is just a bad football. Can we make a tackle, please?
Let's go.
Oh, thank God.
It's fine. We got Carolina, Tampa. I'm going Carolina in that game. If
Yeah, Carolina's
want to go
playing
with
well.
that, because I just don't think Tampa's that good. I think it was a fluke game against the Rams.
Yeah.
I don't trust Jameis Winston. I don't think that the defense that great. They gave up
And
a lot
there's
of points
a
to the
little
Rams.
revenge coming back. I mean, Tampa already beat.
And this Carolina team is pretty decent right now with this quarterback. Is Cam Newton going to be what is wrong with him?
No one
His
really
ankle?
has come out and said his ankle, his shoulder. There's a couple different things wrong with Cam. I really need him to hold him to a field goal here.
What's wrong?
Somebody's hurt.
Yeah,
but
injury.
let's talk about how about Baltimore? Baltimore has, to me, Baltimore has not looked good since week 1.
No, and this is a game where you want to go out and you got to dominate at home, prove that you are the team that everyone thought you were in the first few games. Kind of had a weird stretch here. I still like Lamar Jackson. I think they're kind of starting to hone in on his throwing more.
Yeah.
I don't think he's as good at his first. I understand he had 4 touchdowns in the first game
against one of the worst football teams.
I still think he improved on throwing.
Yeah.
But it's one of these games you can't let the Bengals come in and even keep it close.
Yeah.
You got to go out there and dominate this game.
To me, this is
minus 11
11
spread.
and a half. Yeah.
But how about this? This is a big game. Cleveland, Seattle.
Yeah.
Can Cleveland?
If Cleveland
come
can
back and
win,
be a team.
That's what I'm saying.
A team that's going to be a playoff team.
I wrote this down. This is do or die for Cleveland.
And if
right
Seattle
here.
wins this game, it solidifies them as a playoff team.
Yes.
I understand that even if they lose, it'll be 4-2. This will be good. But if they win this game,
They're
going to Cleveland.
Yeah.
And they're going to be I would say Super Bowl contender in a way. Not saying they're going to win it,
right?
But it will put them at the top. And I think that this will. Like I said, this is a do or die game for the Browns. You don't want to lose this game. They'll be 2 and 4.
Yeah,
coming back from that.
That's the end of the season.
A big game at the Dog Pound. So this, I think for Baker Mayfield, you really got to hope that you have a good game here. You don't look like you did against the 49ers defense, which I think the 49ers are low-key going to be very good.
Yeah, I completely agree. How about you got anything in the New Orleans-Jacksonville game? I think that's going to be a tight game.
I
can't
like
decide that one way or the other.
I just don't know if Teddy Bridgewater is going to be able to keep it going here. Oh, my gosh. I like –
you just feel like Teddy's luck's got to run out sooner or later, right?
Ramsey Jalen Ramsey, he practiced today. He was on the field practicing, so I don't know if he's going to be out there. He's been not playing with a back injury, what they said.
Yeah.
I think there's been trade rumors and trade talks that he wants out of there, but they're just not trading him. I think if they can get him back, that's a game changer. That's one of the best is he cornerback in the league?
Yes, I believe so.
I always get the cornerback safety position mixed up.
Sure,
I've never played football, so I really have no idea.
I played center, so it means little to me.
You were center?
I played center, yeah. Or as your mom called me, the hiker. No, that's not a penalty. That's just a poorly thrown ball.
Oh.
How about this one? The worst football game of the year. We have Miami and we got Washington.
And Washington's minus 3.5, which is pretty unbelievable to me, because I think Miami is going to win this game.
I do too.
I think they had the better quarterback.
But I don't think I have the cojones to bet
Miami. I'm not
going
going to bet this, but maybe I might take it +3. I don't know, 3.5. But I just don't see what the Redskins have that are better than the Dolphins. I understand. I think Josh Rosen is going to be the quarterback on Sunday. I think he is going to be the better quarterback unless they put the guy from Ohio State, Dwayne Haskins.
Yep.
That touchdown.
We're going to cover.
You're going to cover, and I'm going to feel okay about it.
Yeah.
So
we both win
in a way.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to shake your hand because I'm still not winning.
All right, now I'm going to cheer for Miami the rest of the game. Piss off.
Oh, because you weren't going to before.
No, I'm a nice guy. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, troll.
How about this one? And this is the one I'm excited to see. We have Philly heading into Minnesota. I love Philadelphia.
I hate to say it. I know it's going to sound very mainstream, but this is another do or die game for both teams. So the Vikings going to prove that they are a good, not do or die.
No.
But it's a game where can Minnesota prove that their offense can consistently play and they can keep it going, or can Philly, off a big win, keep it moving and prove that they're one of the better teams? It's
because right now
prove it games.
That's a good one. I think I'm looking at Miami right here. Minnesota, I think right now the way they sit, obviously I think they're the worst team in our division, but they do have enough on defense. They do have unfortunately, the guy that does the most of the lifting there is Kirk Cousins. If they had any other quarterback, I'd be a little bit more afraid of them because they do have a good running game. They do have good receivers. But if they can somehow get it going, and I don't know how, but if they can somehow get it going, they can be dangerous. But I think Philly's kind of rolling right now. They had that early loss to Detroit. And then who was the other? They have one other loss. Wasn't a great loss either, I don't think.
One of my games I think is going to be a big one. Rams, 49ers. Can the Rams get out of their little funk, or can the 49ers prove that they said, are they one of would that put them at? They've lost one game. Oh no, they're 4-0. That put them to 5-0.
Yeah.
So,
but the Rams also need that win to kind of keep themselves in pace with the rest of the NFC
right
West.
Put them to 3-3.
Yeah,
not looking good.
Especially if Seattle can go into Cleveland and pull out a win to 5-1. They'll be sitting at 5-1. San Francisco would be 5-0, and the Rams could be 3-3.
Not saying it's going to hold
That's
up,
tough,
but
man.
It's a pretty rough regression coming off a Super Bowl run. I'm
Right.
not saying it's going to hold up, but that you would think that this team would come out a little bit hotter after losing the Super Bowl.
Maybe Ndamukong Suh was a bigger force than we all maybe thought.
Let's not give Ndamukong Suh that
I
much.
like Ndamukong Suh since he left the NFC North. I like him.
Yeah, he tried to kick your quarterback in the head.
Yeah, capital murder. It should have been. He charged by the police is what it should have been. And then also there's a bunch of games that I could just care less about. Atlanta and Arizona, who cares? Denver, Tennessee, who cares? There's just a couple. And, I think one of the best games is going to be Kansas City, Houston. On paper right now it looks good, but it could also go very haywire. And Kansas City can go.
I don't think Houston's had a great year. Their defense hasn't been
they
what
did put
it
up
should
55 points last weekend.
Who did they play?
Atlanta. They won 55-28. That's still a damn good win.
I know, but they
haven't doubled up another NFL team. You don't see that very often.
They're calling this the Mitch Bowl.
Yeah.
Both these guys win a bowl.
Mahomes.
But I just saw this on TV. Let's get into the football. LSU, Florida. I don't know if Matt and Nick are on.
Matt's here.
Oh, there he is.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
No.
I think it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a very good game. I'm very excited about watching the game because I'm going to a bar tomorrow watching some football with the boys. We're going to be spending the day from about 2:30 to whenever, I don't know what, Iowa, Penn State play about 6:37. So it's going to be a hell of a day. It's going to be a cold day, so you got to stay inside, drink some brews responsibly.
Yep.
Brews responsibly. But yeah, Coach O, it's in at LSU,
That's
right?
what has me worried. The game is at Death Valley. If this was in the swamp, it'd be a different story.
It's just going to be insane. This is one of those games I would love to be at. I would love to go to this game. It's going to be electric atmosphere. Just one of those great college games.
Yes.
Florida has lost one game, right? They're not undefeated.
Florida is undefeated.
They are. They're both undefeated?
Yes.
I don't know why I thought they lost one.
LSU by a million. Keep it coming. When we upset LSU in LSU tomorrow, I will be on Twitter and I will be mocking everyone who doubted the Florida Gators. The Florida Gators are better right now than they were when they had Felipe Franks at quarterback. This defense is elite. This defense is so good. I know we beat Miami. They're starting to turn things around. They're a good football team. Yeah, we play cupcakes. Everybody does. And then you handle Auburn the way you did last week, and it wasn't even close, and they handled Auburn. It is going to be a tough game. I don't see Florida winning this game by more than, a field goal. It's going to be one of those that comes down, and you have to take care of the ball. They need to limit the turnovers. And the biggest thing is last week scared me. They did play well. They went to their third-string quarterback about midway through the second quarter after, which I thought was a torn ACL. Our quarterback got rolled over, and I was a little worried about that. But, if they can keep the quarterback upright, I think we're gonna upset some people. People after they watched week 0 and they saw Florida, kind of let it stay close with Miami. People kind of wrote them off, and now they're undefeated. I think they're gonna prove some things. I like this defense a lot. This defense is good, and we'll just have to wait and see.
Go Tigers. We got Oklahoma going into Texas. What does Pat got to say here?
I thought that was Pat behind me. He said he was driving behind me. from Peru on Wednesday about 5:30, right before we went to the Bulls game. Yeah, it was pretty bad. I was not in a great mood. I literally had just gotten out of the dentist chair and like ran out the door. We were trying to get to the Bulls game. We were a little bit late, but I thought that was you behind me, Pat. So
yeah, Oklahoma, Texas, big game. I think Texas is Oklahoma's favored by 10.5 right now.
Stop calling it the Red River Showdown. That's not the name of the game.
Oh yeah,
it's the Red River Shootout.
They're getting all
PC on us.
What else we got here? We got some top games. Washington State, Arizona State at the beginning of the year was a big game. I foresee a lot of points, and that 60 is the number right now.
Oh, that seems low.
Texas A&M hosts Bama. It's one of Bama's harder teams they played this year, but I still don't see them having a problem with Texas A&M. I don't think Texas A&M is very good. The number's 17.
Who was it that gave – Ole Miss was beating Alabama at the end of the first quarter a couple weeks ago, and Bama just doesn't play anybody. Let's wait till they actually have to run into like Auburn or LSU or something.
Wisconsin hosts Michigan State. They're still 10-point favorites in that game. I think they're going to win that game. I think 10 points is a lot of points to cover in a game like that, where I think there's not going to be a lot of points. Under City 40.5. We got Penn State, Iowa at Iowa. That's going to be a great game. Also 43. Take the under in that game. I think that's going to be a low-scoring game. I might take Iowa money line. I think I like them at home in Iowa City. I think
Penn State has kind of shaken the cobwebs off. They had a tough one early in the year with Pitt. I think Penn State is kind of rolling right now. I don't like Iowa after they put up 3 at Michigan. I understand they're at home, but Penn State's a pretty good football team, and I don't know.
Penn State at home is a different dog. Notre Dame, USC, usually a big game. USC on their third-string quarterback right now. Notre Dame getting 10.5 at home.
Who was? Notre Dame?
Notre Dame's getting 10.5 at home.
I like USC plus 10.5. They seem to always get up for that game.
That's a lot of points, though.
That is a lot of points.
It's a lot of points, but I just don't see USC putting up a fight at home against the Notre Dame team, which I think is pretty good.
If I'm not mistaken, isn't USC down to their third-string quarterback?
I just said that.
Sorry, I was trying to read Pat's message.
I know. Usually you say that to me, so I had to say it to you.
Well,
what was he saying?
He was talking about when he was riding behind me. He said, "Thanks for not flipping me off." Yeah, man, I was in a hurry.
We're talking about Ivy soccer game?
Yeah, Pat should just be a newspaper reporter.
Yeah,
he's at more sporting events than any news reporter, I think, in the county.
I don't know. I don't think that's true.
I think it is.
But what else we got here in football? Like I said, the LSU Florida game. When is that? That's the 7:00 game on Saturday. Yeah. Beautiful. Then we got a little Boise State, Iowa to end the night. 9:15 game at Boise State.
Boise State, who?
What? Hawaii.
Oh, I thought you said Iowa. I'm like,
maybe I think I said Hawaii. But Boise State, the blue turf. I love it.
What's the over in that game? Please, I don't care what it is. Just give it to me.
16.5.
Yep, give it to me.
I take that.
Inject it straight into my vein. Yes, that's easy. I would have said if you just said 72.
If I make it to there, I will bet that. But we got to get there first.
Shout out! I will be at the Rockford Ice Hogs season opener tomorrow night, Saturday night. So hopefully you can check out my Twitter and Instagram. I think it's Boomy83 maybe on Instagram. I don't even know. But I will be taking in the game there. I love Ice Hogs games, man. I love seeing different guys that are going to end up being in the NHL. Like I think when we first went, there was a bunch of guys that ended up being on one of the last Stanley Cup team. We've been going to games up there for 10, 12 years. So check me out there this weekend. And I'll be watching the Florida game on my phone as I'm watching the hockey game.
I'll put some content up maybe from the bar if I can remember.
Depends how your bets are going.
Yeah, maybe
it all depends
having
on
a
how your
mental
bets are
breakdown, crying in the middle of the place. But again, if college and NFL are just kind of zooming by us.
I'm glad we're easing our way into this because, like I said, we have NBA coming up. We have NHL started. And then in a month, we're going to have college basketball. So I'm glad it doesn't all jump in at once. Like we kind of just dip our toe in, a little bit. And then we literally once college basketball, it's just like water up to here, man. It's beautiful. It's a thing of beauty.
Then we keep it moving right into March Madness. Oh, March Madness is the greatest time of the year. I wish we could just live in the first few rounds of March Madness. It would be the greatest thing ever. If I had one thing I would love, I would just love to live in March Madness. Just the first round every single day of my life.
Oh, I think
Groundhog Day of that.
Yes.
But they're different teams and different outcomes.
That's genius.
That'd be.
That's
a good movie.
genius. I love that.
That'd be a great movie. What we got?
Brad Mason at Kansas. I hope he's talking about basketball because they are pretty terrible at football.
We're gonna check who they play.
Oh, and I hope Matt Schofield's still on because I was thinking about this.
What conference are they in?
They're in the Big 12.
Big 12.
Matt, if you're still on, let me know because I have something to say to you about Ed Ogeron that you're not going to like.
Kansas even play this week?
Yeah, I really hope. Speaking of Kansas, though, did you see what they did? They get handed sanctions from the NCAA about the policing of their program, and then literally like 3 days later, they had Snoop Dogg there for
I love it,
for the half court, and he had strippers on the floor. I
love it so much.
Yo, Matt, I just want to let you know I think Les Miles is a way better football coach than Ed Ogeron. I just wanted you to know that.
I don't even care about the game. That's just stupid.
No, how is it not?
I mean, yeah, Les Miles is a good coach, yes. I'm not going to say that, but we didn't have to say it like that. Because Coach O is doing something that no one thought he would. He's the intern.
Someone thought he did. Someone thought he did, or they wouldn't have hired him full time.
No, what I mean is he would get it, and then he wouldn't get it, but he's
Brad,
turned this
you're not
into
really
a
a Kansas football fan, are you?
Well, if you're a Kansas fan.
I've never met a Kansas football fan.
If you're a fan of Kansas, then you're a fan of Kansas
Not
football.
necessarily.
Yes, you are.
Not necessarily.
If you are a fan of NIU, are you cheering for every sport?
Well, I went there. That's different.
If he went to Kansas, or if somebody went to Kansas, then they're going to cheer for their football team.
I guess.
So, yeah, boom.
I mean, I love like West Virginia basketball, but I don't care about their football team.
I understand that, but you were saying that no one likes Kansas.
I'm not saying no one likes them. I just said I've never met one.
You just said that.
I just said I've never met one.
No, you said no one. No one likes Kansas. You didn't say no. You said you never met.
Especially not football. Come on, let's be realistic.
You know what's awesome? That this is like on camera, and we can go back to you just said what you said. You just yelled about.
Yes, Orange Bowl. Oh man.
What?
Maybe in like, I don't know. He said I asked if he was really a Kansas football fan. That's crazy. I've never heard anyone say like I love Kansas football.
I bet you there's quite a bit of people.
I'm sure there is. I just don't know any. They do have really cool helmets. I'll give them that.
Yeah, Blackhawks, like you said, they're 0-2 now.
Yeah,
but
they'll be all right. They got to get some things rolling. I think once you get into a regular role where you're not coming back from Germany or Brussels,
they played
or whatever
the global games. I think.
Yeah,
I think they played. Like where did they play at?
Prague, yeah.
And then they played at the United Center against the Sharks.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. San Jose Sharks. Their defense, like you said, it wasn't that great. Shaw, 2 goals, love him back. I think you just said the guy fixed some things on defense, but this offense is going to be there. What are you smiling at?
Matt's not happy with me, I don't think.
What did you?
That's all right. I can live with that. I don't know. He just said you.
You. Yeah. Okay. This is the worst thing ever. The pizza.
Have you tried it?
Cheese it. No, I guess
it can't be that bad.
Cheese
it and pizza.
I understand that, but that's not a good combo. Bulls. Like I said, we went to the game the other night. They look pretty decent. I think they're going to be a fun team to watch.
Granted, they did blow a 23-point lead.
But
again,
also,
at one point, they had like 3 guys that I was like, those guys maybe will be in the G League in a couple weeks.
They weren't like putting their starters back in when the league was going away.
Yeah.
But I said it's going to be exciting to watch. It's going to be fun to watch. That's
Tomas Satoransky is going to be a really good player.
Yeah, forget
Zion
about it.
is going to be a problem.
He is going to be so fun to watch. He's so good at basketball. I heard today on SportsCenter somebody compared him to Tony Parker. Tony Parker, like his way he goes to the basket.
Oh, okay.
He's 6'1", Tony Parker is.
Yeah.
Zion is not.
6'6".
And Zion can the way he can just – I mean, he goes up and down the court, and you would see the way he's walking, you'd be like, what? This guy – and then, boom, he gets that ball, and it's just beautiful the way he goes through the lane, and he was just making like guys just look goofy on the court.
I think, and I was talking to one of the guys I work with, and the only thing that concerns me about Zion is will his body be able to – if he can train his body the way, an oversized guy like LeBron did. If he can do that, he's going to be a problem.
I think
in
he
the
is.
NBA
he
for a
looks
long time.
he looks built right now. And he looks like he's in shape.
But if you look at a guy like LeBron with his body, like as long as they maintain it and take care of it, I'm just saying the stature and the build.
Well,
because when you're carrying 250, 60 pounds of muscle, like you saw it when he blew through a Nike shoe. I mean, you don't want him to, make a cut the wrong way, and then you miss 9 months because of an ACL. Like, that's the only thing that has me worried when you're carrying such a stature. But, man, is he going to be a problem.
If he can stay healthy, it's one of those guys, you really got to step back and realize what you're seeing. Right. You're seeing a player that is once in a generation, I think. Yes. I know this may sound crazy, but the way he looks and the way he is already captivating 2 preseason games.
He shot 12 for 13 the other day. We saw him score 29 points and not shoot a shot.
Everyone was kind of going on about how it was around the basket. Well, he made it, guard it, make him not do that.
That's also the position he plays. And then last night he stepped out and hit a 3. Yeah. Or tonight, I think it might have been.
So I think that it's going to be fun to watch, though. I think you really need to – people need to pay attention to some of those Pelicans games because I think it's going to be a good team. Yeah. And I also think that it's just going to be like when LeBron came into this league. It's something that you're going to, if you're not even just a fan of, you're just a fan of watching basketball, that's what you want to watch. Yes. Is somebody like Zion because it's going to be exciting.
More.
Anything else? Blackhawks, Cubs, still looking for a coach. We'll see. As of right now, I'm not as worried about looking for a coach as I am for looking for players, a bullpen. But I don't know when they're going to really announce a coach or anything.
Yeah, I don't know.
So we'll just kind of let it keep moving.
Did you pull up any baseball scores by chance? I think the Cardinals are playing tonight.
Yeah, Nationals are up 1-0 right now, as last time I saw. Kershaw blew it again. I mean, he went 108, 107 games. Dodgers don't move on to the second round. Lose a heartbreaker.
So sad. Oh, the Bulls just got beat 105-87. They only scored 87 points.
I don't know why you don't take Joe Kelly out in that situation. You leave him in with the bases loaded when he got himself into that position. Give it the grand slam. You can't bring back Dave Roberts. Yeah. He's got to go.
No, they just announced today he will be rehired.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter today.
Say what you – I mean, you got to know when to – I understand he went to the World Series last year.
Man.
But Joe Madden won a World Series in 2016, which I understand was 3 years ago. But if you're going to try and hold on to what he did in the past, the way he managed that game – it's insane. It's insane. And then the Twins kind of prove that they're in a division where we got some wins maybe they shouldn't have. I mean, not shouldn't have, but some easier wins.
Yeah.
The Yankees, a good team. The Twins haven't won, 15 games in a row they've lost in the postseason, 14. The Nationals.
Nationals look good, man.
The Nationals look good. And
they're actually beating the Cardinals right now 1-0.
The Cardinals They put on the board 10 runs in the first inning against the Braves. Just insane. And then, it was just over from there. I mean, what are you going to do? Come back from a 10-run first inning? And then –
never going to happen.
The Rays, a little weird situation. Is it Glasgow?
Glasnow.
He said that the Astros kind of were tipping off his pitches. They could understand where he was going with it. Gave up 6 runs in the first, and he kind of went in. They said, looked at the video.
I think it was only 4 in the first.
Was it 4?
I thought they were only up 4-1 when I looked last night, but I could be wrong.
You're probably right.
And the final was 6-1. Yeah, they gave up 4 in the first, 2 in the 8th.
Yeah. So and then he went in, kind of saw what he was doing, and fixed it a little bit.
Yeah.
So it kind of went into this thing: is that cheating? No. You're looking for an advantage, and if you tip it off in a way.
Shoot, I coach high school baseball, and we tell them to look for things. Like it's not necessarily, it's not cheat. It's literally
like in football. I think there's pretty much a coach that's hired to just watch the other team's coach and look at the plays to try and throw it off. That's why they say some guys put the play sheet over their mouth so you don't know how long, because people know longer plays are this, shorter plays are this. That's
a good question. Brad said, if the Cubs won 107 games this year, got bounced in the second round, would Madden have got the X? No. So you can't. I think he's arguing about getting rid of Dave Roberts.
Wait, what? You don't? I think he's gone if he loses first round this year.
Wins 107 games.
Yeah, I think he was gone either really way.
No, I disagree. If that was the case, they'd have done it last year.
No.
I don't know. I don't think that they would have gotten
The
rid of
whole year. The
I
narrative.
think the only the tipping point was them not making the playoffs.
No,
if
it
Joe
was-
Madden would have made the
They
playoffs.
were pretty much the whole year. He pretty much got to win the World Series to keep his
I
job,
don't
and
know
even
if I
at
agree
that,
with
they.
that. I don't think that's the case.
You really think they're going to bring him back if he makes the playoffs?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think that if he loses first round, he's gone.
No, I just disagree. I just don't think that they would have done that.
I don't know what has anything leading up to that playoff and what the narrative would have said that if they lose the first round of the
situation that was
playoffs.
brought up 107 games. Best
No,
team
but
in
you
baseball.
said if they make the playoffs. I think even if they made
If
the
they
playoffs,
made the wild card. No, I'm literally going by with what he said here.
I think even
107 games, get
107, you still
No,
you lose first round.
I think if he was in the same spot as Dave Roberts was with 107 wins, get to a game 5
Is
in the
he in the same
NLDS,
spot that his team went to the World Series last year and the year before? Because that's a pretty big buffer too.
Yeah,
that
but
his
making
two
the
teams
playoffs
back to
5
back.
years in a row, a World Series playing in 2 NLCSs, and you win 107 games.
You made
and
the
go to
wild card
playoffs,
game last year and lost it when you
still a
lost
playoff
163.
appearance. You still get the bonuses for a playoff appearance.
Well, I'm not going to go into fucking money. I don't care about
I'm
that.
just saying it's a playoff appearance. You might not like it that they lost in the wild, but it's still a playoff appearance. And if you would have come back this year and won 107 games and made it to the second round, Joe Madden would still be the manager of this team.
I also disagree with you. So
agree to disagree.
Yeah, because I just don't see what anything that has led up even into the season starting would think that if they didn't win a World Series this year that he would be back. I think that they were both in such different directions at the end of the season with it. Even if they won 100 games and got bounced in the fashion that this team did, I think that Theo would make a change because that's kind of how he works and that's how Joe Madden works. Well, let's move on to your candy. What you got? Or do you want to do a TCF top 3 or do you want to, what do we got here?
No, just kind of checking out Grandpa Ross. He will have the discipline, be a disciplined guy as a manager. That's something you've touched on. You're worried about if David Ross is the next manager.
I've come to this conclusion.
Will he have?
I don't care. I don't care who you hire. I don't care who it is. It doesn't really matter. We're putting way too much stock into the coach. With this lineup, we had one of the best coaches that we've ever had, and we got rid of him because we just couldn't put a lineup around it. And if they throw this lineup out there, I don't care who. If they put the same lineup out there, the same bullpen, I don't care if David Ross or Joe Girardi is coaching. Neither of them can make it work.
Right. I don't think it would have mattered if you have, you come up with whoever you think is the greatest manager of all time, whether it's Joe Torre in those 90s teams, whoever you think is the greatest manager. If you have the same bullpen and the same injury clauses or injury things that happen this year, you're in a tough spot and you're not going to be a good baseball team. You have to fix the issues that are at hand. Matt, you agree with Zach, and I don't necessarily think it's like, it's a guarantee that he would have been there. I just think that gives him more of an argument to keep him around. I just don't know. And the expiring contract does come into play a lot in that with Joe Madden. So I kind of had forgot about that being a part of the issue.
Matt just sent me a text and said that we should do fans we've never met.
Teams we've never met
fans of.
Let's do that after we get some candy here.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think of, I guess it's a good one, but I don't have a very good memory though either.
Oh, I can name a ton.
No, I know teams, but I don't know people I've met.
That's true. You might have met them, but you were like drunk at a party. Here we go. We have officials. Hershey's Swiss roll. They're like regular Swiss rolls, but they're made by Hershey. It's a lot of chocolate. They look like this. Wow. That's really good. You guys need to go buy these. They have like chocolate frosting instead of the white frosting that a regular Swiss roll has. No. I need a glass of milk.
I don't know. You get the full effect.
That is that's a 3.7 out of 4.
I'm gonna go. What are we doing here? I'm throwing food here. 3.6.
That's really good, isn't it?
That's very good. I'm a big Swiss roll fan too.
Yeah, big fan. Definitely go try those. All right, let's do this. Let's give 3 teams we've never met fans of.
And you tell us some guys or fans, not just guys, as fans.
Yep. Women can be fans too.
Sorry about that.
Or people somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. What was I? Now I'm lost my train of thought. I don't know.
All right,
What
I'll
else you gonna
start.
say?
I'll
Tell us teams that fans you've never met.
yeah, let us know if you've you're like, oh, I've never met a fan of, and I'll start. I am going to go with the Arizona Coyotes. I've never met an Arizona Coyotes fan.
Like I said, you could probably say a lot of hockey.
Yeah, that's very true. We'll make it fair. We each only get one NHL team.
I don't know if I've ever met a real Brooklyn Nets fan.
One that's back to the New Jersey Nets days. Yeah.
Like Gamer liked Darren Williams.
Yeah, that's true.
But I mean, maybe now, but I don't really know. Jay-Z is like a known Brooklyn Nets fan because he owns some of the, or has a part in the team. But I don't know if I really met like a true diehard Brooklyn Nets fan.
For sure. That's a good one. I'm going to go with the Toronto Blue Jays. Never met anyone that's just like, I watch every Blue Jays game.
You know why? Because you don't live in Canada.
That's true too.
That could be the problem. I think that could be part of the problem.
But I know people who are Raptors fans, but most of them are because of Fred. But
what true diehard Raptor fans do you know?
No, obviously ones that people have become fans in the last couple of years.
I know, but
Fred.
I'm talking real, you met real diehard. They've been there for. I'm not talking about people who are liking teams because of people on the teams. LA Lakers.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Let me think here. I'm trying to think of.
I'm gonna try and come up with a college because you feel like
you know what? This is one. I don't think I've ever met an Orlando Magic fan.
Oh,
I don't know if I've ever met an Orlando Magic fan. And like I said, maybe it's because we live in Illinois.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't know if I've ever really seen a lot of Orlando Magic fans.
Think about it, you've ever been in Florida. There's no one driving around with an Orlando Magic sticker.
Maybe
on their
back
window.
when Shaquille was playing there, but not right now.
Yeah, no one's driving around with a. I was shocked when I met, and I have no idea what Matt's talking about.
Matt, what are you drinking, buddy?
Yeah, put it down, cuz. Let's see.
I don't.
Yeah, never mind. Don't listen to me. Have you ever I guess you're PFT, but have you ever met someone that's a big Redskins fan?
I guess not really.
No.
I mean, I went out to Washington D.C.
Oh, here's my college that I've never heard of anyone be a fan of. Georgia Tech. I mean, I even have a Georgia Tech jersey, but that's because I like Stephon Marbury.
I'm gonna try and figure out one more.
But there's no one I'm because there's tons of people we know they're Steelers fans or Vikings fans, or I even know someone who's a Chiefs fan, diehard, but I've never heard anyone be you know what, I just love the Redskins.
Trying to think of one. What could be one more team that?
It's even I think college sports Colorado. I thought that my buddy Alex is a Colorado fan.
Or like I said, anyone who really went there will be fans of.
Right. Sacramento Kings.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's what Matt said.
Dang, that's a good one.
I like the Kings just because I used to love Jason Williams, white chocolate.
Maybe They're good now. The Portland Trailblazers.
Yeah, there was a long time that I never knew anybody that I didn't know they existed for a while.
Atlanta Hawks.
Let's see. The Hartford Whalers. Shut up, Brad. They're not a team.
I wonder why no one talks about a team that doesn't exist.
But actually, I read an article that like there's talk of expansion in the NHL, and Hartford is one of the.
They had one of the best logos.
Oh,
beautiful.
Yeah. Because the Carolina Hurricane used to be the Hartford Whalers before they moved, right? So the owner bought the team, and they actually wore Hartford Whalers jerseys last year, which was pretty sweet.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Stop.
The U, baby.
Oh, fly right in my face.
The U.
But that'll wrap up here a little special edition of Friday Night with TCF.
Yes.
Presented by From the Sideline. Again, I'll be watching some football at the bar with the boys. If you want to follow along with that content, I'll be putting it out on Twitter at ZLilja, LILJA, like I said, if you want to follow along with that on a Saturday, what bets I'm losing, if you want to fade me. And then also the main page at _underscore Chicago. From the Sideline, bear with me, people. At Sideline. The first I in Sideline is a 1. Sports. That's at Sideline. First I in Sideline is a 1. Sports. Check it out. Or you can just type in From the Sideline. It'll probably still pop up.
I hope so.
I hope so. Instagram. Oh, no, Facebook. You're watching us here on Typical Chicago Fans Facebook Live. Like I said, we usually do the show between Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 o'clock, but we did a little bit of a special edition one because the week was a little bit long.
The week was hectic.
A tough week, so we did it here. We had a little special edition here at the old TCF stomping grounds. And then From the Sidelines on there, our podcast, blogs, videos, everything is on the Facebook. If you're on the Facebook. Sorry. Did you catch it?
No.
Oh, you weren't quick like you're the way you're gonna catch a fly, dude.
Dude, when I catch it, I'm gonna throw it right at your face.
That's fine. You gotta catch it first. I said From the Sideline on Facebook, and Instagram is Typical Chicago Fans and From the Sideline.
Yeah, make sure you follow me on Twitter at Boomy TCF. Like Zach said, all of our podcasts are on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Subscribe, rate, and review, and like us there. Or not like us. Like us, please. But you can follow us on Spotify.
Tell people to please press that subscribe button if you are, and unsubscribe if you want.
Resubscribe. Head over to the YouTube page and check out all of this video will be up there probably tomorrow, and all our old ones and the podcast videos and all that good stuff. Check out our YouTube page.
A lot of us,
yeah. If you need some more of us in your life.
I don't know. That's not a good way of persuading people to watch it.
Yeah, that's true.
If you want a little bit more of this arguing and stuff in your life, then I guess go over there. But thank you. Hope you guys, everyone has a great weekend. It's going to be chilly, but there's going to be some good football. Always some good football. And then you sprinkle a little college football. And NHL there, a little preseason. Your Gators. Go
Gators.
Hey, go Tigers.
Go Gators.
No, you can't.
I just did.
You can't make.
I caught your head over on. Yeah, no,
I can't make fun of it and then say it.
Go Gators.
You're not even good at it, dude.
Go Gators.
Go Tigers.
Go Gators.
Mine is way better than yours. All right, we're going to Twitter poll. I'll let you do your best one. I'll let you do mine.
All right. No, you got to go first.
Go Tigers.
Go
that
Gators.
Was so good, dude. You're going to lose.
Go Gators. That did sound really bad.
We love you all. Peace.
Peace.